Welcome to the Sharon Jones Show, where we're keeping up with the Joneses. And now here's your host, Sharon Jones.
Hi, welcome to the Sharon Jones Show. I have a great show lined up for you today. I have Pastor Phillips and I have Sheila Green coming on set to talk about some things that's going on during the holiday seasons. Keep it locked right here with the Joneses.
God bless you. I'm Alice Hubbard from the True Believers Ministry Christian Center Church, where we're here to extend a personal invitation for you to join us each Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m., where we're making disciples, preaching the truth of the gospel that save lives, heal the sick, and bind the brokenhearted. Jesus loves you, and I do too. See you soon.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to the Sharon Jones Show. Just sitting here talking to some great people here about some great things that's coming up. It is so great to have you guys on set with me today.
Thank you.
Yes, Miss Sheila Green and Pastor Joe
Phillips.
Phillips, that's right. I knew I was going to eventually get it, but thank you. Tell us all about the reason why you're here today. Tell us all about what's coming up.
Well, thanks for having us. We are embarking this coming weekend on the Ebenezer Experience. The Ebenezer Experience is an adaptation of Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Everybody knows the Christmas Carol, Scrooge, Bah Humbug. And we have done this for 5 years. We've had 42 performances, 21 of them in Charlotte with a large cast of 70 people.
Wow.
And then 21 of them I've done on the road. So Christmas Carol, 21 performances, and the Ebenezer Experience, 21 performances to about 25,000 people. And it's been, God's just really blessed it, kept his hand on it. It's been a tremendous success. And I need a Ghost of Christmas Present. And we worked with a young lady in Charlotte for 5 years. She got a job teaching, a dream job teaching music at a charter school. And I was praying and said, Lord, I got to replace this girl. She's quite talented. And I don't know who I could get, and my old friend Sheila popped in my mind. Now, Sheila and I were last on stage where?
Jordan High School doing Oklahoma.
30 years ago. 30 years ago.
That's awesome.
Sheila was the best friend of a girlfriend that I had, and I remember that she could sing like a bird.
Yes.
And so I got on Facebook like we all do.
Oh,
How
yes,
you
we
gonna chase
do.
somebody down?
Dictionary.
I don't know if I send you a private message or what, but I said, hey, are you interested? And it just worked out. So we're in rehearsals this coming week, and we launch in Parkersburg, West Virginia on Sunday, the Ebenezer Experience. We have 20 shows planned.
God definitely have put you guys back in connection for a reason. Yeah. Amen. One thing, like you said, Sheila always could sing like that bird. I heard Sheila the other day.
Did you?
I happened to be at an event, and Sheila grabbed the mic, and oh my goodness. Oh my God.
She's been doing it since high school.
Yes. I remember some 20 years ago going to some of the events down at the Liberty Theater.
How about
and
that?
I didn't really know Sheila could sing. I knew her niece.
Yeah.
And because her niece modeled for me. And I heard Sheila sing, and I was like, I should have been using her on my program.
Yes.
Because I was always using her niece to model, but never knew she had that talent until I was at the Liberty. And when I tell you Sheila sings, you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a blessed woman of
Thank
God
you.
with a blessed gift and talent. Yes, yes. I wish I could travel with you guys. So how do you feel about taking the new role here?
Oh, it's wonderful. It came at a perfect time in my life. You know, we've been sitting around talking about it, me and some of the other guys that, you know, love the theater thing, and they're venturing out as well.
Oh, wow.
So
good.
when that happened, I was like, bing. I beat y'all. But it's truly a blessing.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to be fun with this guy.
Oh, yes,
It is.
definitely. I can tell that. Oh, my. So he stated that he did this this is the 5th year.
We're starting our 6th year. We've done 5 years, yeah.
5 years already in the hat.
Yep.
Okay. So what gave you the vision? How did you get this started?
It really was the Holy Spirit. I was sitting in church. I'm an evangelist. You call me Pastor Joe. I like that because for 20 years I've been a pastor. 10 years I've been an evangelist.
Okay.
And I was sitting in my church in the Charlotte, North Carolina area with my family. It was an open Sunday, a rare open Sunday. And I had my planning calendar with me, a little red planning calendar, and I have it turned to December. That's 13 months into the future, and I wrote in the corner in pencil, consider not traveling during this month, but being in a play. And I hadn't been in a play since I was the character Slim in Oklahoma. A lot's changed since those days. So I didn't think much about it, and then I saw in the summer there was a community theater audition for Christmas Carol, and I remembered what I felt like the Lord spoke to me, and so I showed up at the audition out of an act of obedience.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever, and they picked me for Scrooge in this community theater, 70 or 80 people in the cast.
Wow.
Last year we had 4 sold-out shows, 4,200 people, $15 a ticket.
My goodness.
And and I was in rehearsals for 2 weeks, and I said to the producer, who was a Christian, I said, Jerry, I would like to ask you if you would allow me to share the gospel at the end of the 2.5-hour production. I'll do it in 4 minutes. I won't do a hard sell, no shame, just share the good news. He said, let me think about it. He came to the next rehearsal the following week, and he said, I think I'm going to let you do that. So in 5 years, 324 people have given their hearts to Jesus.
Oh, wow.
As they prayed
Awesome.
with Ebenezer Scrooge.
That is good.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Anytime you can win souls over.
Yeah. So it was a God thing, to answer your question. That's the inspiration came from the Lord. So I thought, if I'm going to memorize 500 lines and cues in this production, I don't want to do it 4 times a year. Can I take it on the road? So I thought about a monologue. Linda Twiggs was our drama instructor at Jordan. She's a realtor now, great Christian lady. And I was in an oral interpretation in the Chattahoochee Valley. When I was in high school, came in 3rd, which I don't know if that, maybe there were only 3 people, but it was just doing a monologue. And so I thought about that monologue, and I thought, maybe I'll just take this on the road, and it was working. 16 scenes in Christmas Carol, 2 acts, 16 scenes with one guy, and it has evolved in the last 3 years to Sheila. We have 4 children from the local churches. We have a seamstress that's made these beautiful little ragamuffin outfits. They come, so when they come, they pack pews with grandma and grandpa and uncle and aunt and all these unchurched people. And so we keep getting it bigger. We've got multimedia elements to it, and I'm very grateful that the Lord's hand is on it.
That is awesome. Well, let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back talking a little bit more, so keep it locked right here with the Joneses.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
God bless you. I'm Alice Hubbard from the True Believers Ministry Christian Center Church, where we're here to extend a personal invitation for you to join us each Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m., where we're making disciples, preaching the truth of the gospel that save lives, heal the sick, and bind the brokenhearted. Jesus loves you, and I do too. See you soon.
Welcome back to the Sharon Jones Show. Just listening at the beautiful testimony and things of how they were moving and evolving with the family members here on the set. I call you guys family members.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, yeah, definitely. But Sheila, can you tell me a little bit about your community activities here?
Well, not doing as much as I used to, but I am the minister of music at the Mount Tabor Missionary Baptist Church, where Ken Jelks is the pastor. He's new in town, and believe me, he's well known now because he's made his stamp. He's wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful. And it's not a large church, but it's a family-oriented church. You know, that was my home church, but now I work there. So I feel at home at work like I'm at home. So I love it. I also give a few voice lessons here and there. I also act in a lot of plays. I just got done with 2 plays here, right back to back. You know, one weekend it was this one, the next weekend, so I was overlapping, learning lines for that and learning lines for this, you know, so that's where the gray hair comes from.
So you didn't say the wrong line in the wrong play?
No, I didn't. Not yet. But just like to sing, you know, people get me to sing. I am a member of another group, Generational Voices, and they're doing great things.
Oh, they're
here in
awesome.
Columbus.
I've heard them as well.
So I'm gonna miss them while I'm gone because I'm sure they'll be doing something, you know.
Yeah,
but
holidays.
I still do things at the Liberty Theater as well.
Yeah.
So
See, God is calling you up and calling you out. So
Yes, He
it's
is.
time to move.
It is.
You've definitely paid your dues here in Columbus, Georgia. I remember hearing of you going back and forth over the city, seeing you on Facebook, and sometimes getting no pay at all.
Most
no
of
rest.
the time.
Most of the time. Well, that's Columbus. But anyway, you know, you just pay your dues. Amen.
Thank you.
Sow those seeds.
I appreciate that. I
Definitely.
will.
But you have some good people around you, too.
Oh, I do. Very talented people. My
Yes.
family as well, you know, all of them play instruments and sing. So I grew up in a musical family, you know, so I had to do it. They would have put me out, you know, so I had to become a musician as well.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. You spoke of Mount Tabor. Where is that located?
It's located number 2 Shepherd Court.
Okay.
It's off of either Martin Luther King or Brown Avenue. You can get to it either way. But it sits down in a court, but you can see it from the main Martin Luther King. It sits up on the hill.
What time your services?
At 11 o'clock every Sunday.
Okay. And so you actually grew up in that church?
I did. That was my home church.
That's grand. And what about yourself? Where did you grow up in?
Well, I grew up in I went to 4 high schools in 4 states in 4 years. I was sort of like a foster kid. I was adopted when I was 3, and I got bounced around a lot. And my adopted mom was fantastic, but then the marriage fractured. In fact, just this past week, I spoke to 165 foster care executives in Arkansas at 16 group homes. They have a training, and shared my Columbus, Georgia story. So I rolled into my 4th high school, my 4th state at Jordan High School, and my first visit was to the gym because I love black basketball.
Okay.
And I was the only white kid on my team. They called me the Oreo. I don't know why, but that's what they did. I said, I don't care what you call me, just throw me the ball. They said, we already picked our team. Sorry, we already had a game. And so I'm walking out of the gym, and the coach said, hey, come here, what's your name? I said, Phillips. He said, go down there and shoot 10 free throws. So I went down and shot and made 10 free throws.
Oh, my goodness.
And I guess they were having a problem with that, so he said, I found a jersey for you. So I got to play a couple of years at Jordan, played 1 year at Columbus State University. But my second visit after the gym was the next morning to math class.
Okay.
Luther Reeder was my math teacher. And he was a peculiar guy, and it was fascinating to me. And it's a long story, but I was lost as a golf ball in high weeds. I mean, I was out there. And he sat in the breezeway every day, and I sat down by him one day and said, you know, you always sit out here and don't smoke cigarettes with the other teachers, which is curious to me. You don't even eat. You just look at us, you're kind of creeping me out. What are you doing out here? And he said, I've been waiting on you. And so he put his arm around me, took an interest in my broke down life, took me to the farm in Opelika, took me to church at Evangel Temple. And in the summer of '82, I gave my heart to the Lord. And I was able last summer to, I speak all over the country. I do stand-up comedy, the acting thing, and camps, conferences, and whatever. And I was in Georgia, and I got a text from his daughter, said, Dad's not doing good. So I got to come to St. Francis, sit by his bed, sing over him. He was in a coma, and he's thanking God he didn't hear me sing. She's got the voice. Read the Bible and to thank him because I'm in heaven because of him. In fact, when I preached his funeral a few days later, I said to the Lord, there will never be another time that I can say thank you because of the person here. Yeah. I'm going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
So that's where my story started, with a math teacher at Jordan.
Wow. My God, touching story.
I tell it everywhere, and I always am emotional about it because it's fresh every day.
Yeah.
What if he hadn't taken an interest in me?
That's the truth.
There's a lot of Christian kids in my classes, but he's the one that took an interest in me.
Awesome, awesome. You touched something. I was a foster parent for years, and I had teenage boys only.
Yeah. And
I raised those boys, and now all of them are grown men, and I thank God for the opportunity. I did maybe about 15, 16 years.
I hope some of them come back and say thank you.
Some of them have.
You know, 10 lepers got healed. One of them came back. I always want to be the guy that comes back.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without Luther Reader's funeral program in my sermon book. And I give an award away. In fact, Sunday at Evangel Temple, I gave his daughter the Luther Reader Influence and Evangelism Award. It's a globe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're going to come back. You know, he got me emotional. Maybe I'll shed a tear when we go off for a commercial break. Get ready to go off for the commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep it locked. Let me take it higher. Let me drop it. Hello?
God bless you. I'm Alice Hubbard from the True Believers Ministry Christian Center Church, where we're here to extend a personal invitation for you to join us each Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m., where we're making disciples, preaching the truth of the gospel that save lives, heal the sick, and bind the brokenhearted. Jesus loves you, and I do too. See you soon.
Welcome back to the Sharon Jones Show. Still talking with the young panel board here on set and just absorbing and just going into my mind of what he said about that. He really touched something there before we went on commercial break. And I thank God that people are able to have a testimonial of how God shifted someone in their lives to help them. God always give us somebody to help us. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't know who it is until sometimes right at that moment or on down the road, we look back and say, oh my God, he had a ram in the bush. That's how I got to there, to there. Because we don't see a lot of things coming. We just see it as it, you know, sometimes we don't see it, like I said, until way, way past. But thank God you shared that story with us. Now, I see something over there that I think we should pick up and look at as far as this play on the road.
Well, the play, we have it in DVD. I'm not selling anything. I don't even know. This is the only copy I have, but this is I'll let you have it. This is a gift. This is the whole thing on DVD. It's almost like a Broadway production. That's not exactly what she and I are doing, but we're doing an adaptation of that. which is interesting. And then,
Oh my.
and then we have this poster, and this is not Sheila, but Sheila has replaced. She came up, she did a photo shoot for us, and she'll be replacing this, and we'll have the posters hopefully this week. And we, after the show, we just stand in the lobby and sign them for about an hour. Kids love to come up to us, and it's almost like the creepy Santa Claus picture. Back with a testimony, though, one of the reasons I'm in Columbus is because the Global Teen Challenge director, Teen Challenge is a drug rehab program, and there are thousands of people around the world. He's a friend of mine, and he said, Joe, would you write a book with me on family? And because you're such a weirdo, Joe, I want you to be a part of it. I said, thanks a lot for calling me a weirdo. He said, no, you have such dysfunction. My cousin adopted me. So with the judge's signatures in 1967, my cousin became my dad. My dad, I never knew. My mother became my aunt, and my aunt became my grandmother. That's why I'm not good at math. I don't even understand my family tree. But it's amazing how God can turn a broke-down kid from such horrible dysfunction to not the authority on family, but having a product that helps people raise their family and know that it's never too late to create a legacy. Wow. It's never too late.
Mighty rich, mighty rich, mighty rich, mighty rich. Okay. My.
Amazing.
Truly.
Well, God's been good. He's really
I'm
been
waiting
good
on him to
us.
give me the book.
Hey, I'm going to sign it and give it to you. There you go. That's why I brought that one in.
She's like,
Because y'all like, what's she waiting on?
Thank you. My wife says I don't pick up on cues very good sometimes.
Right. So is your wife going to be traveling with you guys?
No, and I'm glad you asked for her. This is another little, I'm like Ross Perot. I got props. This is my family, and that's my wife, my beautiful wife, Cecilia, and Sheila is part of the family. She'll be part of the family all year, and my two daughters, my two sons, my daughter-in-law, and I have a grandchild.
All right.
It's also not in the picture, but in the picture. And so she doesn't get to travel. We were hoping she could make one leg. We're going to be in Athens, Georgia, Fort Walton Beach, Mobile, Alabama, Salisbury, North Carolina, Macon, Warner Robins. We were hoping she could make the team. You know, we travel with a whole team, media and children's assistant, the ghost, and myself. So maybe she can come. We're hoping.
Okay, good, good. That was my question, how, where would you guys be going?
Yeah.
But you said Macon, Georgia. Is that the closest place to Columbus?
Probably Macon, yeah, I think is the closest.
The closest.
Yeah.
and it's in the evening on a Sunday. So if you go to church in the morning, you can still make it in the evening to Macon, Georgia.
That's awesome. We need to, how do they get ticket information for that?
Well, all of them are free. We're going to go into a prison in Winton, North Carolina. We're going up into the Appalachian Mountains in Bluefield, Virginia. Some places are able to pay, some places are not. But if you go to my website, joephillipsministries.com, joephillipsministries.com, it should have the whole tour on there somewhere, easily accessible.
Wow. Goodness. And all of them are free?
All of them are free. As far as I know, I don't know if some of the churches are charging tickets for dinner theaters. I can't say for one in Louisville might be charging a ticket, but as far as I know, all the churches are free.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Sheila, you gonna be one of the lead singers, or?
Well, it's not a musical, actually.
But I know you're gonna be singing.
She'll sing a
Well,
little bit.
there's a little tidbit in there.
Tidbit.
Yes.
Okay. Could you hit something for us on the air? Just a little tweak note? Something?
Bear with it, please. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He has done.
Smooth, right? That's smooth. Hey.
Pardon it. And Joe and I have been ill for about a week.
Yep.
So it's just starting to come back. So excuse all the
I
frogs.
don't have a voice at all two weeks
I am
ago.
so excited. You guys, I just thank God for you. Y'all gonna knock them out.
She told my daughter, she came for the photo shoot and some of the costume work, and I'd forgotten this, but in high school, I used to call her little sister, and she called me big brother. So it's kind of cool that 3 decades
That is
later,
so
we try to get
funny.
together every
That's
3
God.
decades.
That's God.
And when we graduated, he kept in contact with me. He went to Florida.
Yeah.
And, well, it was after, I guess, after
One
we
year
left,
Columbus State,
yes.
yeah.
And we kept in contact, and then it just fell apart, but God brought us back together.
Back together better than ever.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna use any talents he gave us for his glory.
Yes,
for
sir.
his glory. You can't go wrong. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll be back next segment, and keep it locked right here with the Joneses.
God bless you. I'm Alice Hubbard from the True Believers Ministry Christian Center Church, where we're here to extend a personal invitation for you to join us each Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m., where we're making disciples, preaching the truth of the gospel that save lives, heal the sick, and bind the brokenhearted. Jesus loves you, and I do too. See you soon.
All right, we want to invite you today to come out. Coming up this Wednesday, we have a free Thanksgiving meal he gave to us, now we'll give to them. That's the name topic, and it's Wednesday, November 23rd, Highland Community Church, and this is an 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. event. Food, bags, and clothing will be available, and the contact number is 334-298-5916. Transportation will be provided if you need it, so you need to call for pickup locations. Transportation will be provided by our local churches. Oh, and I love this. Sponsors are Country's Barbecue, Somerville's Baptist Church, WYBU TV 16, North Holland Church, Silver Flame Promotional Marketing, LLC, and Highland Community Church. So you guys come this Wednesday and get your eat on. We look forward. All right, so keep it locked next week, same place, same time. You know what to do.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you would like additional information about today's show, call or email us.
God bless you. I'm Alice Hubbard from the True Believers Ministry Christian Center Church, where we're here to extend a personal invitation for you to join us each Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m., where we're making disciples, preaching the truth of the gospel that save lives, heal the sick, and bind the brokenhearted. Jesus loves you, and I do too. See you soon.